Hi, Elena. My name is Christine. And I understand that you were referred to me by a friend who was concerned about you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really glad that you're here and talking with me. And I think that we can um, figure out the situation and figure out what you want to do next. Just a little bit about confidentiality. I Everything that you say in here is totally confidential. Only if you express that you want to harm yourself or want to harm others, um, I would have to let someone know that. But other than that, please feel free to feel like this is a safe space to talk. So again, thank you for being here. And could you tell me a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah. So, um, mm, my partner has become abusive lately, as in he keeps shoving me, beating me, and I want to leave, but I don't want to leave because I think that if I leave, I might like lose a chance of it getting better. Not sure what to do, or if you recommend anything.
Yeah. How long have you been with him?
For about 6 months.
Hmm. And how do you feel when you're with him? And how's that changed from when you first met him and lately?
Oh, well, when we first met, it was like really happy and he was like fun and stuff. But then as time went on, he became like more aggressive
Mm-hmm.
and irritated about like everything. So
And has the relationship ever become violent?
just recently, where he started beating me and throwing things at me, like hard objects, like bottles, and
Hmm.
this wasn't always like that. Just within like the past month.
And so when he does things like that, um, I'm sure that it might be easier in those moments or right after those moments to feel like you're ready to leave him. And what happens when what happens after? What prevents you from leaving?
Um, the thought of it getting better or for like I just like to give like second chances, maybe a little more than one chance, but just thinking that it'll get better.
Have you noticed a pattern at all of when these things happen and then the the tendency to think that this was maybe um just like a one-off situation and that there is a chance for it to get better? Does it seem like there's like a pattern or a cycle at all in that?
Mm, no, he usually seems to be more like this after work. So
Mm.
when he's not working, he's like happy.
Hmm. Is he aware of his behavior and how it is affecting you?
I don't think so. Or maybe he does, but just doesn't care.
Hmm. And what is it like to feel like he doesn't care, especially when this seems to affect you so much that you wanted to seek outside help?
Well, I feel like maybe he's just really tired. So that's why I think he might be feeling that way. But
Mhm.
we don't really talk about it. So
So when you
I'm
do have,
I probably shouldn't assume. I'm guessing.
Mhm. When you do have thoughts about leaving him, what does that look like for you? Can you imagine your life without him? Or how do you like physically feel in your body when you think about the idea of living a life beyond being with him?
Well, I feel like maybe I won't be able to find someone else if I didn't stay with him. Because it's gonna be like a trauma thing, so you're gonna think that every other guy after is gonna be like him. It's like a trust thing, I guess.
That is totally valid for sure. Um, can you explain a little more about that? Like why do you think that? And it's okay if you don't know too, and if it's just a feeling that you have.
Or just a feeling, or because everybody looks nice, and then they're like a whole new person after a while. So
Mhm.
kind of like what he was.
Do you want to think that way? Like,
No,
mm. So is it a goal maybe that you have to try and just kind of see why that thinking exists? Because I feel like um I feel like love exists and that not everyone is um uh like people are capable of being in healthy, good relationships. And I think that you deserve that as well. And I would like to help you try and just to help you see that if that's something that you want to work on.
yes. How do I do that though?
Well, it's not easy. And you don't have to leave the relationship. I can tell that you love him, so it's not a requirement. But if you want to continue to work with me and just to talk with me about things that are happening, um, I do want to ask though about your safety, and I just want to make sure that right now I don't know if he's working right now and if he is coming home later today, and if that feels like um a dangerous situation. I just wanted to see how safe you feel.
I mean, he'll probably beat me, but I'll be safe.
Well, it's definitely your decision. um that makes me feel or I'm feeling worried for you and hearing that. So I'm going to leave you with some resources for just alternatives if you want to just try spending a couple of days away from him and see what that is like. But that's completely up to you. But we can schedule another appointment for tomorrow if you would like, and we can just see how the rest of today goes and see what if you can just to think about the goals that we discussed and see if there's anything else that you want to add or um, anything like that.
Yeah, we could schedule another appointment, and I would also like to know more about those resources.
Great. Yeah. So I'm going to write down a shelter that, the word shelter, it can kind of scare, it can sound kind of scary, but it's kind of like having your own apartment and there's a little kitchenette and you can have bed all to yourself. You're not in a room with like 20 other people, and it could just be a really great time to kind of get away and just assess where you are and where you want to be. So if that sounds like something that is interesting to you, I can write it down, and then you are welcome to stay there tonight if you want.
Yeah, that sounds good. And will he be able to find me here?
No, um, absolutely not. I think that your safety is extremely important. And anyone that stays in the shelter, we don't give out the address to anybody. Yeah, and I can talk with you more about that as well. You wouldn't be able to have, we go through a lot of safety protocols to make sure that you feel safe, like not having your phone and things like that, where GPS can track you or anything like that. So don't worry about that. But that's a very valid concern to have.
Okay. And if he asks where I'm going, do you have any suggestions of what I should say? Or should I tell him that I'm going to a shelter or?
Well, we can explore first what you would like to say to him, and then maybe how to tweak that afterwards. So do you want him to know that you're considering leaving him and wanted to go somewhere different? You don't have to say that it's a shelter.
Oh no, I'll leave that part out, but I'll just tell him I'm going to like my parents' house or something.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Does he have your parents' contact information, or what do you think that he would try calling them or anything?
No. I'll just say I'm doing a little day trip with them or something.
That sounds perfect. Thank you so much, Elena, for taking that step. You know, no matter what you decide, I think that it's really important to just talk about how you're feeling and to make sure that the decisions that you're making are the ones that you want to. So yeah, thank you so much, Elena, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Right. Thank you for your help.